What's going on, everyone? Today we're taking a look at a newly certified for Microsoft Teams device. This one falls into the headset category, although it is a pair of wired earbuds rather than a over-the-head headset. We're taking a look at the newest, or one of the newest members to the Logitech Zone family, the Logitech Zone Wired Earbuds. In addition to doing an unboxing, we're also going to be doing a look and feel demo so that you get a sense of what they actually look like as you wear them. Let's dig in. Alright, before we crack the top open on this box, we'll take a quick look at the outside. As I mentioned a moment ago, these are certified for Microsoft Teams, although Logitech does have a separate SKU for the non-Teams version of the earbuds. Flipping over to this side, you can see a little bit of the messaging around Logitech's recent push in the sustainability realm. And then we come over to the other side and we get a look at the contents of the package. We've got the earbuds themselves with a 3.5 millimeter jack at the end. We've got the carrying case. We've got extra small, small, and large ear tips there because the medium ear tips are installed by default. And then we've got the USB-C connection with the inline controls. This is where that Microsoft Teams button will be, and we'll take a look at how that connects when we get inside. Also, we've got a USB-A converter in case there is not a USB-C port available on your PC. Let's go ahead, cut this thing open, and pop the lid here. Now right away, we see our carrying case with all the rest of the contents inside. But as we look on the inside of the lid, we've actually got a little bit of the instructions right there. We can see that in order to connect our earbuds to a mobile device, you have the 3.5 millimeter jack right there. If it's a USB connection, we connect that 3.5 millimeter jack to the USB-C inline controls. And if we need to connect with a USB-A port, we use that adapter right there. Next up, we can see that we've got medium-sized ear tips installed already. We can swap that out for any of the other sizes. We can see that we've got a right and left side with our microphones built right into the outside. The back of the device has a cable management system, finally, we've got our inline to be routed up or down, right here, as well as the power and reset button up top. We've got our Teams/answer hang up button right here. Notice that there are two different functions. By pressing the button once, you get the functions up top. By holding it down for 2 seconds, you get the functions on the bottom. Notice the single press gets us that Microsoft Teams functionality. And then we've got our media button down below. You can one-time press it for play and pause, two-time press it for going to the next track, three-time pressing it for going to the previous track. And at the very bottom, we've got the link to Logitune. Tune would be the app that you will manage firmware updates and settings for your wired earbuds, so you'll probably want to download Tune for ease of management as you move forward. Let's go ahead and take the package out of the box. Then we've got our paperwork at the very bottom here, you know, all the usual fun, your safety, compliance, and warranty information, a couple little warnings here. We're going to set that off to the side. Bringing our carrying case back into view. Before we open this up, let's just take a quick look here. This is a hardened case, although there's a little bit of give to it. Has a nice soft fabric outer shell to it. Logi branding right up top. We got a zipper that goes all the way around to the very far side, so that this is kind of your hinge, if you will, as it opens up. And that's the bottom. Let's go ahead and unzip it. And there we go, cracking it open. As you can see, we've got a cardboard insert here that kind of gives us a little bit more information. That's where some of that rigidity on the outside is coming from, but there is a little bit of rigidity built into the shell itself. But if we go ahead and take a look, we'll pull this right on out. This has all the ear tips on it. So we've got our extra small, small, and large ear tips there. We'll set those over to the side. Then we've got this USB-A receiver here that we can plug our USB-C into. Bringing it around, we've got the earbuds themselves tucked into this strap that goes across the center here. It's got some flex and give to it. And we've got our inline controls that are tucked into the side as well. And then all the rest of the cabling that we need with that 3.5 millimeter jack. If we unsnap the button, we can see that the button allows us to hold everything in place, keeping our cabling nice and coiled. But we undo the button and we are able to then easily pull the entire headset out. Setting the case off to the side and taking a close-up look at our earbuds, you can see that they are sticking together. They have a magnetic outer edge there that allows them to stay clipped together when being stored. And again, there are the medium ear tips installed. They can be taken off and you can install the proper size if need be. You've got the right side here, you've got left side here, both properly labeled. As we pull the magnetic connection apart, we can see on the left-hand side we've got those two slots there for our microphones. Coming over to our inline controls, you can see we've got our mute up top. We've got the Teams and Answer Hang Up button right there in the center. And then we've got our play pause button down here for media control. Turning it to the side, we've got our volume control. Volume up, volume down. That is the inline controls, and you've got the Logi brand right there on the back. Now this does, at the far end, have our USB-C connection. This will allow us to plug into a mobile device or our laptop and use the device as a Microsoft Teams certified headset for answering calls or managing our meetings, as well as listening to music, etc. However, if we just want to leverage a 3.5mm port on a device, maybe only use the headset for listening to music, etc., we can unplug the 3.5mm connection from the inline controls and use it simply as a device for listening to audio. As was mentioned earlier, if you do not have a USB-C port to plug into on the device that you want to listen to music on or participate in Teams meetings on, you've got this Logi branded USB-C to USB-A converter right here. You'd simply just plug that in and you're off to the races with the USB-A connection. And now for the look and feel demo. I apologize that I wasn't able to get a better model to do this portion. You're gonna have to deal with this mug as you try to evaluate the look and feel of these great looking wireless earbuds. It is what it is. So, we've got these as we have pulled them out of their packaging. They are still clipped together with that magnetic connection. You simply pull it apart and then you're able to place them into your ears. They are labeled L and R for left and right, and you will simply take each one, put them into the respective ear like so, and it's a nice gentle fit. If they start to fall out, that's an indication that maybe the mediums that they come with, the medium ear tips, are a little too small. Maybe you need to swap it out for the large. If you have a hard time getting them in, they feel too tight, maybe swap down to the small or extra small. In this case, I think medium was a pretty good fit for me. They're not sliding around. I don't feel like I'm about to have them fall out at all. You get the front profile view of me wearing them here. They're pretty low profile, right? They're not a very encumbering look at all. And then as we turn to the side, you kind of get an idea of what they look like from the side profile as well. And for those of you that maybe find headsets to be not the most comfortable fit for your entire day of meetings and calls, or maybe you just are big on having a nice hairstyle that you put a lot of effort into, right? I mean, come on, some of us do that, right? If you're one of those, you don't want your hair messed up by a headset, earbuds are clearly the way to go there. This would be an option for you, but this would be the profile as you're on video calls of what that would look like if you were going the earbud route instead of the headset route. There you go. The last thing I want to demo here is managing your Zone Wired earbuds through the Logitune app. We've got the Logitune app up here. You can tell that it's detected the USB devices on this system that are connected from Logitech. We've got the Brio up top, our camera that we're actually recording through now, and our Zone Wired earbuds. We'll click on the Zone Wired earbuds and we get a few different settings to work through. On our sound, you've got side tone and mic level that can be adjusted. You've got a headset diagnostic test that you can run. So it would prompt you, do you hear the ringtone? You'd say yes, and then it would go on, let's test the mic. You'd record using the mic. We're gonna skip that for now, but that's a diagnostic test that can be run when you've got it connected. For our settings, we've got device information and voice prompts. I'll tackle the voice prompts first. The enable voice prompts, when you have the earbuds in your ears, if you do something like mute the device, you'll hear a little voice in your ear saying, muted. When you unmute, they'll say unmuted. And other little prompts like that for things that you do with your inline controls. You can toggle that off. I prefer to keep it on, so we'll keep it on. When we say about the headset, we get a bunch of information in here. We can say more details and see all of our app versions, model numbers, serial numbers, product ID, and your firmware version. And you can copy that information out if you need to send it into support or whatever the case is. And then we see our firmware version down here. We already saw what the version was on the previous screen, but this tells us we're up to date. It will also tell us if there is a new firmware version that requires our attention that we actually need to update the headset on. Maybe little bug fixes, maybe improvements, maybe new features, etc. That stuff is all pushed via firmware. Finally, we can factory reset the headset if we want to send it back to the way that we got it from the factory. That is managing your Logitech Zone Wired Earbuds through the Logitune app. Well, there you go. That was the newly certified for Microsoft Teams Logitech Zone Wired Earbuds. As always, I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please share it all over your social media accounts. And if you're not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button below so that you'll stay in the know the next time I put out new content. Thanks again for watching, and I hope we'll see you back here for the next product overview video.